Team Action in Motion is a group of 4 graduate students at Carnegie Mellon's Entertainment Technology Center. The goal of our project is to research various techniques for using the Microsoft Kinect for hack-and-slash action games. We're a continuation of a previous semester project where the focus was on researching various animation blending techniques, and now we're using this research to build a satisfying gameplay experience for the Kinect.
Since the start of the project, we knew that we wanted to build an experience that would be fun and appeal to a core gaming audience, so the same people that play action games and hack-and-slash games on the market today. But whenever we started working on the design for our game, we found that a lot of the core systems for hack-and-slash games are really specifically designed for buttons and for a dual analog controller, and there wasn't a whole lot that we could directly take over. So in the combat system we ended up going with, we gave the player 2 different weapons, and each weapon has 4 basic attacks that link up pretty closely with the 8 total gestures that we can reliably track on the Kinect.
Now that there are many more attacks that the player can do, it becomes much more important and much more complex to reliably determine which attack the player is actually trying to execute. One thing that we immediately found is that when players attack with one hand, they have really very little awareness of what their other hand is doing. So it's become really important to track which hand the player is intending, or likely to be intending, to use to trigger attacks. Otherwise, we would get lots of false positives.
So what makes the Kinect unique is its ability to track motion and then mapping that to the on-screen avatar. And for the players, it's very satisfying to see their actions being reflected in the game. Also, they are going to actively look for feedback whenever they perform an action that they think should do something in the game.
One of the big risks with gesture-based control is that it can be very confusing for the player, especially as you keep adding more and more actions that they can do with gestures. One of the most successful ways that we've been able to alleviate that confusion is by separating out some of those actions and putting them on a separate hardware peripheral. In our case, a Zmote, which is an off-the-shelf joystick controller. So we used its joystick for locomotion as well as a button on it for lock-on. What we found is that since these actions are so important, it really helps to have them very easily accessible and reliably accessible. And the other really big benefit is that it leaves the gestures exclusively for attacking.